Apex Legends and Overwatch. It feels like ever since the former released in 2019, the two games have been at war. People keep switching from one game to the other, and as someone who's primarily an Overwatch player, I kept hearing about how Apex Legends was a much better managed and more fun game. So with Overwatch in one of its worst states ever, I decided to spend 7 days learning Apex Legends to see if it really is better than Overwatch or whether it might just be a bit of false hype. So, a confession. I have actually played Apex Legends before, just a very long time ago. The last time I played the game, it was very casually around the time they had just released Seer, which was around 2 years ago. So I had a decent idea of what the game was and what you had to do. Or so I thought. It turns out since I stopped playing, they added a crap ton of things into this game, most of which were hella confusing. For starters, you can't keep bouncing off a zipline infinitely anymore, which is something I wish someone had told me a little bit sooner.
Hey, look at this. I won.
And they made some big changes to how heroes were categorized, adding 5 classes with unique role passives that gave all the heroes a bit more of a clear identity. But there were 2 major things that meaningfully changed my experience with Apex Legends. The first is that there was just a fuckload going on my screen. What the fuck? Did he just 180 it in the air? Everyone's like flying around, dude. What is that? What is that? What am I being hit with? What did I just get hit with? People were flying around everywhere and abilities were being thrown at me that I didn't even know what they did, let alone how I should avoid them. For example, in this game on World's Edge, I was fighting in this room when suddenly a beam of fire started to kill me. What? What is happening? What was that? What is the lava flame box? Not knowing what was going on, I thought that this box was some sort of booby trap that could be blown up to damage opponents. But no, it was the ability of one of Apex Legends' new heroes, Mad Maggie, who can shoot this drill thing which hurts people behind walls. And people kept saying she's like Overwatch's Junker Queen, but I will not tolerate this slander. See, Junker Queen is a queen, and Maggie is simply a warlord. Queen is Australian, but Maggie is from New Zealand. And while Queen is insane, Maggie is just mad. So, the same character? Seriously, where did these people come up with these theories? This lady is just Moira though. She is literally just the same magic emo creep woman, and nah, this is just too much. They just literally made a Moira skin. Bro, they literally just made a Moira. What the fuck? So honestly, I had to spend my first day just trying to understand what all the crap flying at me was. Weapons, abilities, weird map features. Even as someone who had played the game before, I found it quite overwhelming. People have always made the same complaint about Overwatch, that for a new player, there's so much visual clutter on your screen, and it's hard to know what is doing what to you. But in this department, it seems the two games are in the same boat. Once I started to get a hang of the game, I quickly remembered what made Apex Legends so much fun. The movement is so slick, the action, when it's happening, is super fast-paced, and the gunplay is just so satisfying. Everything about beaming someone down with one really good clip from your weapon is incredibly addictive. Get fucked. Get fucked. Like, I can feel my dopamine receptors laughing their heads off when those damage numbers go up on your screen. There's the thump of the shield crack of your opponent and the down enemy sound kicks in. And then you hear the of your Evo shield leveling from being a badass. Just what the? Oh shit. That's what you get, son of a bitch. Wait, that's not my guy. Ah! Ah! Wait, I got him! I'm the kill leader, bitch! I'm the kill leader! There is such a great visceral joy in playing Apex Legends. And there's a lot of fun guns as well. Sometimes I'd run a shotgun, sometimes I'd run just more mid-range weapons, and sometimes I'd run a snipe. No, No. I actually refused to use any of the sniper weapons because mama didn't raise no bitch. Both in Overwatch and Apex Legends, and probably every other FPS game ever, sniper weapons are hella obnoxious, and I wasn't gonna degen myself like that. But I was starting to pop off, and once I felt actually ready to take on the game seriously, to get back into the squad wipes and the champion runs, I encountered something rather dreadful: the new Apex Legends rank system. You see, Overwatch has been taking a lot of flack, and rightly so, for designing a rank system that felt unrewarding, that constantly threw up bad matchmaking, and that was just giving every idiot who booted up the game the highest rank for free. Apex Legends said, hold my beer. I've not seen many worse rank systems than what Apex Legends is currently running. To explain, as I understand it, you start every ranked game with negative points, no matter what rank you are. This is your entry fee, as it were, and this has been a thing for a long time. Last time I played, you could gain more points by A, placing higher in the lobby, e.g. being one of the last 5 squads remaining, or by killing enemy players, or assisting with killing them. In the new rank system, killing enemy players is basically irrelevant. The only thing that really determines whether you net gain or lose those ladder points that you paid for your entry cost is that you basically have to finish in the top 10 to break even. And from that point, the closer you are to being the champion, the more points you get. And then there's this unexplained extra boost that seems to come in after the match. In theory, this doesn't sound too bad. You do want your players to compete to get to the top, and that is the ultimate objective of the ranked format. But in practice, it made the whole thing feel awful. You see, because any kills you do or don't get basically don't matter at all, there's no actual incentive to fight in Apex Legends. Oh, there's a squad over there? Should we fight them, fellas? Nah, why bother? There's still 15 squads left, and even if we kill them, we get nothing. And if we die, we'll lose points. The ratting epidemic, a fitting name considering the nature of rats in epidemics, is firmly gripping Apex Legends. The best thing to do is just find a corner and hide and wait for the other squads to kill each other until you gain points for literally being AFK. Hiding in a hole like this and just waiting it out is what's called ratting. And it was infuriating. I logged on to play an FPS game, to engage in all-action gunfights and test my skill against other players. But time after time, my teammates just hid and ran and hid and ran and avoided any combat like it was the plague. Oh, he's so low. Hello? 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 What the fuck? What are they doing? Just fucking looting? He's crafting? What? I'm looking around for my guy, and I just hear, materials here, I'm crafting. I think I just get antsy because like nothing's happened for ages. I'm just bored. Kind of lame how campy it is. Like my squad has fought no one, and we're up 60 LP because we ran around for a bit and looted some loot. And as mad as I was at them, they were right to do it because that's the way the rank system was telling them to play. I just could not get my head around it, and to be honest, I was not having a fun time. That's when I reached out to someone who had already made this journey I was making. An Overwatch lover turned Apex addict. Someone who could show me sanity when I was quickly losing mine. Hollywhirl is an incredibly talented FPS player. She's ranked master in Apex on mouse and keyboard, and top 500 in Overwatch, which was the game she came from before. She's also really kind and patient in an FPS world that is ruthless and angry, so I knew there wasn't going to be many better people than her to teach me how to make sense of Apex Legends. And I was right. I duoed with Holly as she played on an alternate account, and immediately I was playing a whole different game. The games got harder for sure, because her MMR was much higher than mine, meaning we were put in tougher lobbies than I was used to. But the quality of the engagements, the strategy of how to manage your life, the little tips about positioning, it was all so beautiful to see and learn. The first thing I learned from Holly was the map management. During the drop phase, if I'm not jump master, I'm just sitting AFK, eating a snack or talking to chat. But like a hawk in the sky, Holly was constantly watching, keeping track of where every squad was going, forming a mental image of the map and which areas were going to be populated with how many people.
I usually try not to drop where there's loads of people. So for example, we got 6 in the ship right now. Like this whole side of the map is like empty, right? So we can just go over here and we're gonna have like a lot of space to loot. In ranked, I like to prioritize looting rather than getting in a fight, especially with this current system where getting early fights doesn't really help you rank up in any way.
Yeah.
So getting good loot is like the priority, and then I'd just start rotating to zone once you've got a solid loadout, as much loot as you can. And then kind of fight people as you're rotating into zone, so long as it's not like stupid fights, you know?
From there, she planned the whole strategy for our entire game, landing us in a place that didn't have too much heat and allowing us to rotate through areas where she knew there'd only be a few squads for us to fight. We were still getting fights in, still looking for engagements, picking off squads or stragglers that were vulnerable, so we weren't ratting, but we weren't just going gung-ho either, like I was previously.
Yeah, I think this is one full team, and I think we just have to fight them. So I think if we 3-man push one of them, just so we can get an easy kill, maybe this guy here, we're just gonna full ape them. So if you're ready, we're gonna...
Yeah,
we just push on them.
above you. Bangalore.
Cracked.
Oh, nice crack. I can ult her. You can kill her. She's 1 HP.
Yes.
Nice, good knock.
They destroyed my... Oh, why not I team?
Wraith is 1. Nice, we kill her. Nice, that's huge.
The important thing was discipline, knowing that a fight was taking too long and that we should give it up before another squad or two swoops in to pick us off, waiting for the right moment to strike, prioritizing a good position in anticipation of where the ring was gonna go. I was definitely getting babysat because I had no clue what I was doing strategy-wise, but with Holly holding my hand and guiding me, I felt like I was playing the Apex Legends that surely the developers wanted everyone to play.
Here.
45, Bangalore cracked.
I can't see shit. Here.
Oh, man.
Really
Nice,
low.
huge. I'm popping
Here
a
she
bat
comes.
motion.
I'm gonna just hold shield here. Here.
I'm gonna ape her.
Here she
Maybe
comes,
not.
here she comes.
Nice.
Yo!
Huge, let's go!
Gaming.
Nice.
It's the same in Overwatch. As a Grandmaster player, I'm so used to tracking cooldowns, reloads, and respawns that I take it for granted. But to a casual player, that looks like magic. What Holly was doing in Apex looked like magic to me. But when that isn't taking place, when everyone in the lobby is just flying around aimlessly, taking fights with their last 2 brain cells, then it's a chaotic mess in both games. And no one really enjoys that. Having experienced the bad and the good ends of both Overwatch and Apex, I can't help but wish we all had the chance to experience a more proper version of each game. The one that made sense, that had strategy, not the misery that most of us face when we're playing in the most populated and usually stupid ranks. With Holly, I didn't even mind losing, because I was okay losing to enemies that had pulled off smart strategies, or were just better at the shooting. Ah, crap. I stepped out in the open there. I surely shouldn't, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So, because they've kind of got those steps that they were playing, so they've kind of got cover. They can, they can dip down past the steps. They call it like a head glitch, where they can peek over, but you can't really get much, you can't get much angle on them, but they can like clearly shoot you. But yeah.
And when we won, I knew we had earned it. After Holly left, I was definitely sad going back to solo queue Apex, not just because I missed her guidance and learning from her, but because solo queue was most definitely worse. I had gotten better, I could feel it. I was dying less, popping off more, and was much more consistently placing higher at the end of the match. But it wasn't just teammates boringly ratting now, it was teammates just going in YOLO with no thought, like I was before I had learned from Holly. Like this fuse I had in one game, who kept flying in, died, and then had this to say to justify himself.
Let's not rush. It's not very interesting. I will rush and it's for me interesting.
You notice how he insta just got wrecked? Guys, he did 28 damage. But there was another gripe I had too. Something that I had long heard complained about from my Apex friends, but didn't know how bad it was. Until now. Third partying. See, third partying is the term that refers to when you and another squad are fighting, and then a third party comes in and kills you both, because the two of you have weakened and whittled each other down. It's gonna be inevitable to some degree in a game like this that happens, but really, third partying doesn't even begin to describe the experience of Apex. It's more like eighth partying. You see, you'll be peacefully running around, opening boxes and satisfying the inner loot goblin inside you, when suddenly the gun sounds of a fight in a galaxy far, far away will ring out in your ear, and you will feel compelled to see what the hell is going on over there. I'm exaggerating a little bit, of course, but not by much. Gunfights can be heard halfway across the map in Apex, so it means that if you start a fight, within 30 seconds or so, expect half the lobby to converge in that location, all thinking they're gonna get a free wipe or two. A part of me wonders if the ratting epidemic has made this worse, because everyone is hiding until they hear those noises, and then everyone comes out to play. There's a whole fight going on over there.
Lost one. We're on our own now.
The Apex experience. There's a squad there, and a squad back here. The Apex experience. But yeah, it's pretty rough. I lost count of the number of times a game ended because my team was fighting another team, and then a third or fourth or fifth team flew in to clean us up for free. Oh, there's no way! How does this keep happening? How does it keep happening that you go one side, there's a squad, other side, there's a squad. Every time. I was having fun, no doubt, but God was it frustrating. I thought getting my team to group up in Overwatch so that we don't fight 4v5 was bad, but finding a fight in Apex that wasn't like a 1v6 started to feel impossible. By the end of the week, I had gotten a good grasp of playing Apex. I climbed my initially bronze account to gold and figured out a stable way to play the game, though sadly, it wasn't the most action-packed. After trying a few different heroes, I really started to enjoy Loba, who is a support and has the ability to craft her teammates' banners if they die and bring them back into the game later. I played a bit more cautiously, and when teammates died, I'd get out of there, survive for now, then craft their banners and bring them back later. It wasn't anything glorious, but just surviving ended up providing huge value. Like this game where my teammate fell off the map and then the other one died and I just ran around dodging fights for 5 minutes straight before I found the time and breathing room to bring them back. And being like, okay, well we could take a fight but let's not because we want to win. Wait, my guy died? What? Did he fall off the map? We found a few death boxes and got good enough gear to go at the remaining squads, and we actually managed to come out as champions, and it felt amazing. Though there was also the flip side of things, like this hilariously dumb game where my teammates died and left, and so I sat in this spot for 10 minutes with my hands off the keyboard till I got found by a random bloodhound scan, and died but still got a lot of ladder points. So that kind of sums up the Apex experience at the moment. And what's funny is that it shares so many of the problems that Overwatch does too. The difficulty for new players to even understand what's going on, the ridiculous randoms in solo queue, and the terribly designed rank system. But despite that, my feelings for Apex are as follows. It is a better managed game that I personally like less. See, I'm an Overwatch lover at heart. I think that game at its best is amazing and beautiful and unmatched, but that game is really poorly managed. The problem with Overwatch is that no matter what you sign up to play, at any point it all goes to shit. Whether that's because the balance state is really bad, you're on a map that doesn't favor the hero you want to play, or, as is the biggest problem right now, the enemy team just counter swaps two cheap and easy heroes that beat yours for free, and you're forced to switch to a hero that you didn't want to, or just AFK out of the game. The core experience of Overwatch, that's to play the heroes you like to play, is almost always taken away from you in every single match. With Apex, that's not the case. Even with this truly terrible rank system, the core experience still remains. The gunplay is still there, the movement is still there, the exhilaration of being one of the few squads in a tiny last ring who all duke it out in one glorious fight, it's still there. If they just change their rank system one more time, all those frustrations go away, or can be accepted like the frequent third partying. The problems with Overwatch run deeper, but despite that, Apex just didn't capture my heart. The action, while amazing, was just too few and far between. Too much time spent just running around and looting, or games that you spend ages building up towards something, only for it to end in 2 seconds because you got surprised and aped, as the Apex kids call it. But if you do enjoy the Battle Royale genre, then Apex is probably the best of its kind out there. I genuinely do think it's a great game. For me, I still prefer Overwatch, but I do wish we managed the core gameplay of the game way better, the way Apex Legends has managed to do even 4 years after it's released. So that's all I got for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then tell me in the comments what you'd like to see me play next, because right now on stream at twitch.tv/SUB_, I'm currently on a 7 days of Diablo run, and I'm enjoying it a lot. But I will be coming back to Overwatch, so tell me which hero you'd want me to play next. And I'd love to do another game after that too. So which other things do you want me to branch out to? As always, I want to give a big shout out to my patrons who do the awesome job of supporting me. And in whatever form the video comes, I hope I'll see you guys very soon. Peace out.